Hello, my name is Matt Bennett. Today I'm going to introduce you to some basic techniques in tattooing. The more that you can spend on your equipment, the more it shows in the end, the better things are set up. The difference between a machine that's pricey and nice versus a cheap little crappy one is having one sent to you completely set up and ready to purr like a kitten versus one that you need to perform rocket science on to get running. And if you don't know a lot about machines, you don't want to work with a bad one. And we're moving along here. As you'll notice me doing little circular patterns here. That gives me more of an even tone coverage. It spreads the color more evenly than just moving straight. If you move straight, you'll see the machine laying 4 little lines. If you're working with a 7 mag, which is what we're working with now, those 4 little lines are the 4 needles that run on the bottom of the tube. And since you usually approach the skin at a slight angle, the top 3 needles usually don't touch right away unless you push down in. So, moving along here, throwing some more green in place here. Everything's looking really nice and bright so far. You never want to throw stuff in too dark. You look up here, you'll notice that I ran color right up against color there. That creates kind of a dark effect. You want to stay away from that. This particular piece, you want to leave a little gap in between the colors so we have some airway happening there and things don't look so clogged. And if you're never sure about the piece you're doing, break out your set of colored pencils and do a trial run on paper first. Might sound like a lot of work, but it's a lot bigger headache dealing with a customer that's not happy. And we're coming around the back here, laying some lime green in here. Moving along some side motions here, making sure we don't overthrow the line there. And again, if you do go over the line a little bit, stop what you're doing, don't get frustrated. And if there's no way that you think you can fix it, set everything down, clean your tattoo up, readjust your machine, and start over again. Don't get mad and throw things around. It's never going to get your job done. Working our way down towards the bottom of the tail. And probably from the view that you're getting, it looks really blurred and green. But when you're actually up on top of it and you're using your petroleum the way you should and you're blotting off the skin and the needle tip the way you should and everything's running good, you can see where you're going pretty easy. In a minute here, we will be going to white, which will be our next color. We'll explain a little bit about white when we're in there. A lot of misconceptions about that color. And in all actuality, it's a pigment just like the rest of them, and it goes in just the same way if it's applied right. So, contrary to beginner popular belief, white is not a bad color. It's an awesome color. Takes just like the rest of the pigments. If you know how to apply them, it'll be a normal part of your regular coloring process. Again, people do different styles. The way you shade and color your tattoos is going to be your style and technique, and in the end, that's what's going to set you apart and how people are going to be able to distinguish who's who when they're looking at tattoos. And in the business, if you know a lot about tattoos and you know a lot of people and their style, you can pretty much look at anything famous and get a good idea of who did it or what kind of style it came from. Again, we're nearing the end here of the green, so I'm cleaning out my machine, getting ready to wipe it down a little bit before I set it down. Then we're going to grab our spray bottle again, spray the towel down, and wipe the tattoo off nice and clean, so we can see exactly what's happening in there. Getting ready to dip our machine in, which has been cleaned again in our little ultrasonic, into our white. Dipping it on in there.